Hello, music beasts. I want to talk about seven small things we can do to improve our playing tremendously. It's really easy, actually. One of them is literally having your guitar handy. It's a very small thing. It's very easy to do. You have the guitar out, not in the case, or get a little stand and have it next to your sofa or living room or whatever works for you, or put them on the wall. But anything that's just making the guitar, the instrument, more accessible, so it's less effort and it's always kind of on your mind. It's like, this is a cool instrument. Let me try to play it. Miss this guitar, actually. It's really fun instrument. Cool. Please click the like button and subscribe. It would make all this thing possible. Thank you. I want you to think about yourself as a music or sound making creature, beast, if you will, or even you can say, I'm a musician, and I want to say it because it doesn't matter if you're a professional, beginner, intermediate, whatever it is. It's just like it's a statement that sometimes we are not comfortable as creators, as artists, as whatever you want to call it, as musicians, to say it. And for me, it was very scary to say like, I'm a musician, because it's like, it sounds so, intense and scary to be a musician. And I don't want to be, pretentious and be like, oh yeah, I'm an artist. But I think that it's an important process in this idea of we are creating things that we believe in, music, and in essence, you are a musician, and the idea that you are truly a musician and want to be one will actually make the process easier and stronger. Great news. I'm putting out an album. It's a jazz trio that I'm super excited about, and I want to ask your support by just pre-saving the song or the album or both. It's very easy, it's free, and it would really mean a lot. The 3-minute rule. Okay, so some days when we practice guitar and trying to play some stuff, it's really easy and it's kind of going naturally in a way, and the practice is easier. But some days it's way harder, and so for me, there are some periods that I only specifically use a timer, and I do it because I lose focus, literally that. And I notice that when I'm using a timer, it helps me focus and it helps me learn music, especially if I have a very strict time constraint, which a lot of us do. So we say we practice half an hour a day, which is not a huge amount of time. It's definitely great, but I will say if that's what you got, please use it responsibly. So it's a really great idea to try and chop it into 3 to 5 minute segments. In that way, you allow your brain to process and you're more engaged at all times. Now, of course, different things ask for different interaction, right? So if I'm transcribing a solo or I'm learning a song, I will sometimes dive in and not do this like very brief kind of segments. And of course, some days also I feel more focused, so I might dive into something for a longer period of time. But I do think that especially with technical practice, this idea of jumping back and forth between some of the segments really do help. Another small change you can do is singing. Now, I'm not saying you need to take lessons, which of course you can, but I'm saying like when you listen to music, hum. When you're playing guitar, hum with it, sing with it. Think about your voice as this important instrument that you need to be as connected as you can. Again, even if you don't consciously practice it, when you're driving in the car, sing. Produce sound, imitate sound. I think it's a great way to progress. And it's really easy. You just do it. Alright, I'm gonna say it loud and clear. When you're playing something, understand what you're doing. What I mean is this. Like, let's say you're playing a song, okay? You're playing a song and the song has 3 chords. C, there's G, first inversion, and A minor. 3 notes, 3 chords, sorry. So, just playing these chords is fine. I'm not against it, but if you want to be a better musician, great idea is to literally understand what is happening so we can create it again or utilize this information in variation. What I mean is not just playing C, G, A minor, but saying like, okay, this is C, This is the tonic, this is how it feels. This is G, this is the dominant first inversion, so the bass is here instead of here. It gives us this kind of cool feeling. How can I describe this feeling? And then you dive into the actual music, right? And then this is the 6th degree. What I mean when I say 6th degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so A is the 6th degree of C major, and this feels like this. So it's very easy to do, but you need to decide with yourself that you're gonna do it. So from now on, when you're learning a song, when you're working on something as simple or as complicated as it might be, just say, I'm gonna understand it, or at least try to understand the information. And then maybe you shift this song into a different key, to F, and then you say, okay, 1, 5 first inversion, 6. And that idea will get you very far. Learn consistently. And by learning consistently, I'm also gonna ask and say it's a really good idea to take lessons from people who have a better mental image of what you're doing than you. Again, if you wanna swim, hang with people that swim. If you wanna run, ask people that run how they do that, right? It doesn't have to be a professional teacher. It definitely helps if they really know what they're doing. The same thing with music and guitar. It's helpful to ask questions, ask our environment, ask our colleagues, our friends, and maybe heroes of ours if they can teach or basically interact with them. I'm saying it because a lot of people are just kind of like consuming sparse information, and as a part of the process of really progressing, it's important to consume information on maybe a weekly or bi-weekly kind of schedule in order to really make these things happen. And lastly, we need to always create. Even if we just know one position, or we know a couple notes and we know this, we just know this A minor pentatonic. We want to try and create something with it. And I think a lot of people are afraid of creating and utilizing what they know. Even if they don't know, even if you just know C major scale in one position, you can still find a lot of melodies. And I'm saying it because it's a very important part of the creative process, and in the process of finding the music and not just like knowing exercises. I guess this is important. So create, go write a song, even if you just know a couple of chords. Thank you so much for listening. It means a lot that you're hanging here, and I hope this information is helpful and valuable. For me, it did take a lot of time to understand some of these elements, and I hope it will help and shorten your path and being in peace with yourself and creating music better and easier. Thanks. Peace.